Overview in Poetry for Students for your individual poems. First, make sure you have Noodle Tools open and your project is open. Then navigate to the LibGuide and click Open Poetry for Students. From here, all of the volumes are listed, but it's best to search. Oh, there's my poem. Press the search. And then you'll click on the blue hyperlinked word of your poem, which will open up the overview for Poetry for Students. Okay. Keep in mind that Gale eBooks is our database in this case, and we're going to be using the Cite and Get Link features at the top to complete our citation. Before going to Noodle Tools to select the correct container, I want to take a look in here and see what I have. So I have the name of the poem / the name of the article. In this case, it's both. I have the name of the source, which is Poetry for Students. I have an editor for Poetry for Students, a volume, a publisher, and then I have 1 year. So when I see 1 year, I know that it's a book. In this case, it's an anthology. That's helpful when you go into Noodle Tools and choose New Source. We're going to start with database, and then remember I said that it was a book. In this case, the particular kind of book is an anthology or collection. This is going to give you the correct form to complete your citation. Let's get started. I already remember the name of my database was Gale eBooks, so I'll choose that from the list, and now I'm ready for my URL. Always use the Get Link URL by selecting and then copying. This is going to give you the best link, and it will link straight from Noodle Tools, so you can always access your article. You don't need the DOI, and check with your instructor if he or she would like you to include the most recent date of access. If they do, press the Today button. Now we're going to cite the section of the book where our article or overview is listed. So we're looking for an author of that entire overview. When I go to Poetry for Students and press on Cite, I don't see an author listed first, so I'm going to skip that box. Now I need the title of the specific work. That's going to be the name of your poem, which is also the name of the overview. So check with your instructor if they would like you to include quotation marks around this, as it is also the title of your poem. Year-specific work was originally authored or published. I don't see that here. I only have the publication year. So I'll skip that box as well. Now I'm going to cite Poetry for Students as our anthology or collection. It's asking for the pages of the work within the anthology, so I do have that information. So 206 to 216. 206 to 216. It's now asking for the contributor to the anthology as a whole. So that could be an author, an editor, compiler, or translator. I believe I have an editor. Yep, Mary Ruby. There we go. And now the title of the anthology or multi-volume work. Remember I said this one was in italicized words. Poetry for Students. And we should now look for any sort of volume or issue or total numbers of volume. In this case, our volume is 7. And the publisher and the year. So beside that, you see it's just going in order now. So beside that, we have our publisher, which is Gale, and 2000 is our year. If there were a series or anything like that, it would come right after. It would come right after the date. So I have 2000, I have the page numbers, and then it goes right into the database. So I don't have any sort of series, but that's where that series would live. I think I've used all of the information in my citation here on Poetry for Students. So I'm ready to click Save. And there you have it.